What do you mean they have to charge more for proper plastic? No. Alright, so quick question though. Are we expecting to pick up where the last session had been with these fellows being brought in some way? Or are we trying to in some way meet back with that by instead starting at wherever makes sense for the new set of people?
Have you ever played Have you ever played a Deep Rock Galactic? You know how, like, if a new player joins, they just, like, drop pod them in?
Yeah, I figured. I just was wondering if we were basically doing that due to the somewhat awkward place we were last time, or if we were going to say, we'll find a way to reconnect to that later and just, fucking this makes more sense, plop that here. Yada yada yada.
Well, I will walk out the nearest available door and go, "What's happening?" And the audience will laugh like a sitcom.
It's the next.
No,
Wait, what?
What do you look at that? A Psycho, a Scatarius, and a Gosman walk into a bar. There's a new characters.
And a burning skeleton alien stuck inside of a certain suit from a whole other universe crosses over from the Warhammer 40k and then meets somehow with He-Man Skeletor. What? It will somehow be okay.
Yeah, we just walk through the door and it's like, surprised to see you in this heavily guarded base. I just stumbled in here.
Of all the places and of all the people. Well, right over here. Let's just manage to take this different series of las gun. Let's take this modifier to be able to enhance it somewhere around tenfold. Let's get right.
How'd you get in this 1,000 below depths base? Warp. Ah, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's got to be some kind of teleportarium somewhere on that ship.
Teleportarium. Yes. One of someone's favorite multi-locational parts of any museum for a school trip.
It took us days to walk down this mine. How are you here? Did you not use the lift, man? It's right there. I just placed at level 5,000 and it took me down.
Fucking.
How'd you get past the gigantic rock lava golem that ended up beating through an entire tanky person from a different abnormal...
We chill like that. Okay, we chill like that.
Just sort of, I just took
a
different turn on this path, and then that led me here.
I offered him a smoke, and he's like, you can go in, man. I offered him a smoke, and he's like, you're good. You can go.
You're messing up a little bit of this, but it should be comparatively, especially when it comes to attributes, way more balanced yet. Wondering about applying from the actual beginning of the character creation versus where the hell my character is now in levels. Anyhow, but yes. Oh, who wants to try and go deeper into an underground horrible kill pit with a gigantic resident and presence of apparently the warp that seems to cancel out and make any sort of psyker want to vomit?
Oh, this is the perfect mission to grab a psyker.
I'm not a psyker.
For this psyker.
Who's excited?
Well, seeing how I am not actually a psyker, I will not be affected by such, and we could discover many interesting things down in the depths.
I couldn't even tell you what it was,
like,
man. Let's go.
Yeah, it's like more null rods. Yes,
Yeah,
let's
I'm
do
soldier,
that.
man. I couldn't even tell you what the warp does and what it is. Let's go. What's the worst that could happen?
Oh, don't worry.
Well,
We will let you
well
know.
then my little soldier friend, sit around and I shall tell you about demonology, the warp, and the occult.
I was just gonna say when he asked what was the worst I could happen, I was gonna say, "Don't worry, we'll make certain you know when we need bait. I mean, a distraction."
What's the worst that happened? The whisper in my head is telling me this is a great place to go. What?
Sir, you might want to be a little bit more.
Yes.
Hi.
Last.
I just follow the whispers of the death. That'll be fine.
Good to know he follows whispers in his head.
Well, none of you hear the voice in your head going, kill, 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 kill.
Protect the lady with the sewn shut mouth. Stand in front of her if you have to.
Stab them in the back.
I believe some of this sororitas call that the voice of the Emperor.
Yes, this is the voice of the Emperor. Is not an intrusive voice in your head. Ignore that feeling.
The voice of the Emperor is a grand, majestic, and properly guiding and leading, warm, welcoming sound that makes it so your will be immediately found under his foot. But yes, it is definitely not what you're hearing. When hearing something about stabbing apparently them in the back, as long as them doesn't include us, I'm good.
No, definitely not. No. The whisper told me no. Not yet. Not yet.
Test.
How much joy, Martin?
Sorry? What did you say?
I'm just saying you haven't much joy.
What's going on? Doesn't. Okay, I think it finally works. Doesn't. Good.
1, 2, 3. Uno, dos, tres. And three.
It's Nissan.
Dos, tres, cuatro.
Other random languages.
Ett, två, tre.
Irish fight? No. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So what sort of urge do you get when you hear the word order? Versus when you hear another word?
Food. You order food, man.
Alright. I was just gonna joke about somebody saying order and then everybody's quiet, then someone says chaos and then everybody's really loud. No?
Oh my god, finally managed to unlock it. Oh my god. Synchronizing. Okay, I swear this program is cursed today. This is like comical.
Was it given to you by a strange gypsy on Second Pathway while you tried to go down the road?
This is...
Yeah, the gypsy asked him, do you want some magic beans or this brand new laptop? And he went, I'll take the laptop.
Turns out that wasn't the right decision.
No, never not go with the magic beans.
I know, right? So beware what happens if some poor sod eats them.
So I have a program called OneNote where I keep all my notes. It's been working for 7 years. Right now,
Sounds as if it used to be a musical
not
masterpiece.
working on my phone. It's not working on my laptop. And now I managed to pull it up on my phone. But now it's only like one page. I'm not able to navigate it. It's where I keep all my notes.
Hmm.
We already went through that. I don't need notes. If I don't have notes, I'm gonna at least have the book next to me. So I'm gonna go get the book. I'll be right back.
You say we all have to embrace improv.
Who honestly keeps notes? I mean, I get he might have to, but let's just wing it. It's fine.
It is a TTRPG. Part of it is literally let's do improv.
I was elected to lead, not read it.
Oh, fecker, come on. Sorry, freaking laptop opening things I don't want to. So we say, whoa. Yeah.
See, that is very good that your laptop is opening things that it's not supposed to. Because that has just reminded me why my computer might have been so slow today. I was downloading something. That's why it's been absolutely crap for the last 2 days.
Makes sense.
I do computers well.
I think they're gonna try and cut the red wire. No. Anyhow. How much you bet that it's...
Okay,
oh,
I'm back.
go ahead. Okay, here we go. I was just about to mention.
Okay, let's do this.
Let's go!
My kids have stolen all of my dice and hidden them somewhere in the house. It's so fucked. Having kids is so fucked.
You're not fucking kidding.
It's a strange and major involuntary early Easter celebration. You know, man. We're sorry. You know.
That is why you need to have, a secure footlocker where you can store them. That's bolted to the ground and, with a heavy-duty lock.
And partly underground.
And laser detectors.
With a secret compartment.
And a decoy department.
Surrounded by lead.
Kind of find a page called Roll a D100. So now I have an actual dice. Nice. Okay.
Use the site.
That's like the minimum requirement to be a GM, right? I have a dice. Nice. Great. I have a voice and dice. Okay.
I have a voice, a dice, and a dream.
In a dream.
I once ran into a system that used
Fucking
playing
amazing.
cards as the random number generator.
Okay. What's the way here? Don't sigh, scum.
Sorry.
Hands up when no one can see them. On your knees.
Sighing
and-
is a sign of the Emperor's displeasure.
Oh god.
Right now.
I thought it was the Inquisitor, but apparently he's the
Okay, so-
Inquisitor and the Emperor.
Look. You're here. Okay. You see this picture?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
For the most part.
Welcome to the Inquisition.
I have an awesome picture for Castus, but my charger is not fucking picking up. So I can't actually send the file to my computer.
Could you send it to me on Discord?
Oh, yes. Actually, I don't know. Yes, if I screenshot it.
Moments.
Right. So I'll send that to.
Lord T and Doofus. Could
Yes.
you change your Roll20 names to be your character name?
Yes.
Parentheses.
Uh,
Discord name. You do
there it
the
is.
actual game in the cog. Cog to the hub. I'm hyped. I'm excited for this. Remind me quickly, Doofus. What's your character name?
Yes. Castus Mariquette.
I don't see him on the list.
He's at the bottom.
Doofus. Castus Mariquette. Okay, you don't need Doofus in your
Okay.
character name, but
I was just
we'll do it
so
this.
it would be confusing. Yes.
No worries. Castus Mariquette. Could you send me your avatar?
So yes, I'm just trying to.
Excellent.
Discord. There's Discord there.
Okay, there's an old CNL guy writing to me on Discord. Oh my god. Maybe it's easier to
There you go. Sent.
Oh, that's okay, Aaron. I like the picture. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make the token for you. I would prefer if you did that, but I'll do it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries. It's taking a little longer. So now I have to token maker. Put in your picture. There we go. Nice little frame for you. Oh, that looks good. Magnavox. I'm guessing Magnavox is your backup character?
Yeah.
decides to load.
Yeah,
There we
it's
go.
on.
Now we got a character for you. Great stuff.
Perfect. What, do you want me to
Cast
drag him on,
generic
or?
catch. Now, usually you would have to do this, but I'm gonna.
Okay.
Weapons. So you now have 8 weapons. You have a force sword, right? Force sword.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna test it.
He's only got a force sword and a power sword.
And a power sword. You got some various stuff. You got like recognition.
And typically, the highest for something is in the 40s, I believe, right? I'm checking the calculations for characteristics. Sorry.
Mark it. I'm gonna give you a name. Anyone else need any help with the character? Seth, how are you with your character?
Should be good.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I got everything done.
I'll go to the screen.
I wonder why it doesn't have all the stuff that he did. Doesn't say like rate of fire, rate and stuff.
Should. When you pull it to the map,
No,
by the way.
doesn't say it on my end.
Strange.
You keep dragging out Wilhelm.
That is a freaking cool. That's a cool character.
I know.
That's such a cool character. I love the.
So Wilhelm Rickholwin
He's
from the
like a-
world of Harleyson.
That's what I'm looking at as
Okay.
well. With a freaking mohawk. I love it. And a bike.
I didn't know if you were gonna go for flat
you
out
try
guy from
weapons?
stereotypical medieval dex
Exclamation
in
mark
high tech,
weapons.
or
Have you
nice.
imported your weapons?
Could you say?
Yeah, it's a bank of characters or whatever.
Yeah. I tried to do that earlier, but it didn't work. Actually, I can try it again.
Exclamation mark weapons.
Select token that represents the character, then run at weapons. I had the character out, it doesn't happen. Maybe I need to... I don't know why it doesn't work. Maybe I need to take away the... Move around the pictures I use, perhaps?
The pictures used.
Because I basically... It worked with Ariok, and on him, I just have the avatar token picture. But in this case, I use the... I put both a avatar token picture and a token picture in.
Okay. Yeah, that might be why.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to just take away that and then
Yes, do that.
try that again, see if that works.
What you could probably do is like with the token on the screen, like have it select token. Like what's it called? Like use selected token.
It's not working in there either, so something's up.
It's because you did the default token thing that confuses the whole system. It creates a bunch of other problems too. That whole like default token thing just doesn't work. So re-import your character if you still have it on the generator.
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah, re-import your character and then just do the token. And then later you can do the bike picture. Which is awesome. So please delete. I'm
indeed.
gonna delete all of those. Okay, this session is gonna be a little bit of a prep session because so much stuff happening. Oh, big scary, big scary bandit.
Big.
It's
There we go.
nice. Did it work?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I'm gonna add delete to the token that is that is going to
Right,
be
the
destroyed.
old one.
Yeah.
Deleted.
Eradicate him! Destroy him utterly!
He has been destroyed.
Do it.
So new clients.
Be careful, Palpatine. We might end up shocking you.
So,
Although Obi-Wan Kenobi-
Seth, what do I call you? Delta. So there you go.
The character? Yeah, you just call him Delta.
No, your name, your real person.
Oh, Saf,
I
yeah.
want to be your friend. What?
I want to be your
I
friend.
meant to get. Okay, Delta. Sir Wilhelm. Is that your name, Athmar? Today?
No, I'll be playing my normal character, Ryok.
Castus and
Ready up?
Delta.
Ready up?
Great. Castus and Delta. You find yourselves on the Inquisitorial cruiser after years of training, finally being deployed. You're in a small room. You look out and you see the surface of a planet beneath you. It is lush and green, vast. Perhaps this is the first time one of you has seen something like this. As you lay in your beds, it will begin to shake. You look around, and if you have time and can read, there are data slates in the room. You will learn that Juno has vast fleets of navy squadrons. It is the capital world of Askellon. There is massive armaments everywhere. You will see explorator fleets, inquisitorial and imperial cruisers passing by. One of the moons is under quarantine, and there's currently some form of battle going on. Not far from the planet, you can see shimmering lights, half obscured by the sunlight. As the cruiser roars closer to the planet, you pass it, and after days and weeks training, walking around in the halls, getting to know your comrades, you are finally given a room and being ready to be deployed on an emergency mission. As you wake up, Doofus, can you change your Roll20 name to your character name / Discord name?
Okay.
Discord.
Display.
Go to the cog on Roll20, and then you will see display name.
Display name, yes.
Character name / Discord name. Or parentheses. Whichever you want.
Oh, Jesus.
Great.
Oh, it's not working.
So, Delta, what do we see?
Yes.
When you wake up in this room, there's starlight coming from outside, a little sunlight shimmering through this dirty window. You can see reflections of the stains of the circular window, casting a circular shadow into the room. As you look around, you will smell a little old smell of glow sticks. A strange man has entered your room. As you wake up, Delta, what would we see? Or
Oh my god.
Delta E17 Alpha is more machine than flesh. In fact, you can see no flesh, as there's probably some, but clearly it's covered. You see a mass of metal wires and machined to the perfection expected of the soldiers of the Mechanicus. I'm sure he hasn't been much good company these last couple of weeks, as he doesn't really talk much. But yeah, he will kind of just get to his feet, exactly robotically, grab his tools and weapons, and kind of just stand up straight, facing the person just walked through the door.
Does he have a face?
Not visible. It's behind a helmet, possibly? Some kind of metal dome that's covering his head.
What is his body movement like? What kind of noises does he make?
It makes clicks, whirs. Possibly, if a joint has been too long since the last maintenance cycle, maybe one's a bit stiff. But definitely sounds of like gears, whirs, mechanicalness as he moves around.
What would someone assume of him if they were to see him in the street? What would they think he was? First glance.
Well, first thing they probably notice is the giant skull and cog on his chest. And apart from that, they'd probably just think he was, they'd probably just think he was just another machine walking around. They wouldn't really think he was a person. Doesn't really act like one.
They would think he's a servitor.
Possibly, though servitors generally aren't as well armored as he is. They're much more bare flesh.
Justice,
Yes.
as you wake up and look at this metal monstrosity, what do we see?
I am just attempting to send that picture to myself so I can upload it to my to my computer. Right, so Castus is a completely blindfolded, and he tends to wear very, very light clothes, like just a vest, to be honest. And he has two weapons. You can tell one's a power sword, but one looks like a power sword, but it's like more veins. You don't really know what its function is. And he's very, very nondescript. He has absolutely no hair, and he's quite small, to be honest. He's probably about 5'9". He's not particularly muscly, but he's just a very small, very average looking individual.
What would someone assume of him if they were to see him in the street?
He actually took the trait talent nondescript.
In character,
So-
visually describing your character only visually describing your character, what would someone assume of you if they were to see him?
Well,
Visually.
they'd probably forget him because he's got just one of those faces that things don't tend to stick in your mind when you go, oh, what did he look like? And you just tend not to remember.
What kind of body movement do you have, and what kind of build do you have?
He's very, very light, and
Mm-hmm.
he moves with very much grace, like he's a dancer of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like I say, he's small, and he looks like, to be honest, a gymnast.
So he's not wearing the headband.
And yeah, he is. He's completely blindfolded.
And what kind of clothes are you wearing?
He would just be wearing what you see in the token, to be honest, as it's we're just on a ship.
So what kind of weapons and belt and tools does he have visible?
He has a power sword on one side of his belt and another sword on the other side, and that is it. He's got like a utility belt sort of thing. Like I can't remember without looking. He's got no guns at all. Visible that you can see.
Barnabas.
Corporal.
Seeing these two strange characters sleeping in their bunk beds. As you look out the windows, you can almost feel the cold from the near vacuum outside. You look down to the planet. You're hovering over a planet that you have been briefed about, specifically for its dangers in your Tactica Imperialis briefing. It is run by a suspected heretic operating on Xeno technology. You have been warned to be prepared for anomalies. Your field manual that you have with you contains notes about Xeno's threats. Basic warnings like, of course, never interact with them, and so on. All of these are on the table near the door. There are shelves with recaf glow sticks, and the bunk beds squeak every time the huge engine roars and the cruiser nears the planet. As you get up, roll Barnabas. What do we see?
Barnabas is a relatively younger man. He's a brawny build, large shoulders, broad stature. He's not incredibly tall, but he's like a 5'10". He's decked in very obviously guardsman apparel, his armor, his clothing, multiple weapons that he's brought with him for any occasion. And he is very much at peace with the large noise that is this ship, as someone who's spent a lot of his time being surrounded by many people and being on a planet that was incredibly loud. The noise is more comforting to him than silence.
And what kind of weapons are you carrying with you?
On his body, strapped to a combat vest on his chest, there is a las pistol that's strapped there, a sword that is a military sword is dangled to his side. He has a large cloak on that is green in its neutral state, and there looks like a handle at the back there of a combat shotgun strapped to his back, but most times he is carrying a large sniper rifle, as he is trained to be a marksman. He's trained to take long shots from long distances and make them count.
And what kind of facial expressions do you make? What would someone read in you if they were to see you for the first time? What would they think of you?
He doesn't carry like a menace or a malice in his face. It is like a calm or a composed exposure, just as the nature of a guardsman, ready to go at any threat and do the best you can, and don't let fear take over. He's a very neutral, trained of a soldier. The first thing you see of his face is the right side of his face is partially deformed. It looks like maybe an acidic or a chemical attack that has melted part of his face, but didn't do as much damage that he required anything to be replaced, because his eye worked and his ear worked, so he could do fine.
You've been flying past Navy squadrons. You've, any of you who had interest, read about how this sector was settled a long, long time ago. The gigantic statues and temples, the Basilica of Valerius risen, their own saint, the Ministorum Synods, all of the Navy and Astartes cruisers. You see some of them out of the window, these impressive legends that you've only heard spoken of. They're all here, and cities are scattered around the impossibly large main capital Visuna reaches. You can see it on Juno, beaming up like a lamp in the darkness of space. Juno is slowly growing into a hive city. The wealthiest nobles and the most pitiful menials crawl out to the outskirts of the system. Stations, planets, the moon that you're headed to. This moon, Chaldeen, is run by one of the prefects, counselors. He has vast power in the system, and he runs it completely autonomously. His power has grown grotesque. You know little less than that there is an inquisitorial cell on the planet. They're about to launch an attack, and you are their saviors. You are to come and rescue them when, as your aide, Samakri, has said many times, they will inevitably fall with their feet first, entangled in the trap of the Xenos. Your training is there to bring them safely home. The dropship is preparing for departure when you hear footsteps in the hallway. It is early morning. You have been positioned here in this makeshift briefing room. As the door opens, this old metal door, a man wearing a hood will appear, mysterious with pale skin. He has old yellow teeth. He pierces in with his piercing eyes. He has red eyes.
Cell C-34. What's this?
He's holding a data slate to his face, and it shimmers with a bluish light.
Yes.
And as you say yes, I can do a little introduction to this campaign. So we do something called role-playing, where the entirety of our game is just role-playing. That means you're not saying, so my character has 12 wounds and he actually has 40 fitness, so he's going to be pretty strong, so I think he's going to use his athletics maybe. No. We say, you see him get up, he's bracing. He looks at the door and you can see visibly his muscles shaping in his leather gauntlet that he's holding. He grabs the arm, you can see. So we describe what we do. When we get to a place where the scene can move on, anyone can go, so you see me walking and I'm walking towards the hangar. Then we move the scene to the hangar, and the roleplay continues from there. At no point do we talk out of character about rules or anything else. Any other talk is done in the text chat. Only in character roleplay will we play. You can use the Inquisitor's influence. You can do any action and absolutely go anywhere you want. Talk to anyone you want. If you don't say or do anything, you're assumed to be standing there looking at the wall. Time keeps progressing while you don't do anything. Time is just going. I, as the GM, do not drive the story forward because there is no story to this campaign. You, as the players, drive the story forward by going to places or picking up cues or hints or making up ideas about what you would like to do. Maybe you hear a name. You want to look them up, figure out what they're doing. You go to that place, you try to seek them out. Maybe you try to scout, who are they? And this is how the scenes progress. Not by something I've written down, but by shared cooperative storytelling. When you travel somewhere, we might go out of character. Then I'll let you know. And then we talk out of character. Until then,
Okay.
we stay in character.
Perfect.
And you're currently in the room. He opens the door. He looks at you.
What's this?
Yes! Oh, finally.
You slept well.
He tries to fade a smile, and you can see his wrinkly old skin light up as a bluish light from the sun shimmers through the window.
Castor stands up and rights his weapons so they're not sticking in his side, and said, "I'm ready to serve, my lord. I've been waiting for this day for many."
Your training has been
hours.
long and costly for the Imperium. I shall sincerely hope that it pays off.
He does a violent movement on his data slate, and he looks into the room.
Your dropship is ready.
I shall go immediately. On your leave?
Starts walking through the hallway, and Delta, Castus, Barnabas, you're walking together, side by side,
Okay.
through the dark corridors of the Inquisitorial Cruiser. Away to the hangar. Take it away.
I will probably be marching quite forcefully because I just want to. He's a man of action, and he needs to. If he gets an idea of something that he's doing in his head, then he just charges at it like a bull in a china shop.
You will hear the repetitive metal clanks of both of Delta's metal legs against the floorboards. Corporal.
Barnabas, given an order, drop pod is ready. He gets up and just begins to walk, takes the gear with him.
Corporal, I was not given much about this mission. Do you have any additional information about this rescue mission we are about to depart on?
On your table before you left, there were several data slates containing vital information about your most decisive mission.
It was a good thing I definitely read those.
We can read them on the drop pod. A quick debrief before we get to the surface.
Indeed. Do you have a Vox hailer of some kind?
No, I do not possess one on me.
I have a microbead. Be useful to share if we could, for communication purposes.
I do not have one on me, but next time we are able to request one, I will try. But it is not one of the possessions I have right now.
Understood.
Well, we should not keep the dropship waiting. Let's go.
That reminds me, I need to pick up a microbead also. But I suppose, yeah, should I get one? I should get one before, shouldn't I?
I believe it is too late at this point, though. I don't know, maybe we'll pass by the quartermaster on the way to the drop pod, or dropship. Valkyrie? Thunderhawk?
Well, if you are going to attempt to find and request something, I'll meet you at the ship. I'll tell them to wait until you arrive.
That is most gracious. Thank you.
I'll tell them to wait as long as they can.
We shall rush, don't worry.
Barnabas takes off to the dropship and waits.
Excellent.
Delta is also at the dropship.
Right. So you begin to walk through the hangars, seeing squads of Imperial guards running through the halls. Some of them bump into your shoulders. Look out! They're looking down, and you can see a vast hangar. There is an officio above the hangar for more important members of the Inquisition. A man with a stern face, black slicked back hair, and a small mustache steps out of the room as he sees you begin to descend down the stairs. Let me speak with them for a moment. The acolyte turns around, guides you into the room, and through these huge windows, you can see the planet below. There is a luxurious lounge. As you step in, you can feel this cold breeze from the air conditioning. Soft velvet Smooth carpets, beautiful luxury beyond your imagination. As you look around, a fire is burning. It feels alive and it smells clean. As you walk in, a man wearing tactical gear. He has an earpiece, turns around slowly, looks at you with a serious expression. They're already down there. There is something you should know. We've spotted anomalies. Some kind of engine. When you reach the warband, let them know. They need to hurry.
Is there any other information on this anomaly engine?
Haywire effect. Our machines are acting unusual. He looks down at his chrono. It started no more than 5 minutes ago. We have little information so far. He looks at his data slate and back to the planet. Suddenly, you will see a bluish light flush over the planet. It's like a sonar effect, almost like rippling through the atmosphere. It covers the entire planet. What was that?
I cannot tell you.
Did I pick it up with them? Could I view through Psyniscience if there are anything warp essence or anything?
You see several lights begin to appear on the planet. Gentlemen, this is not the time to hesitate. Go to your dropship.
Understood.
Compliance. Delta leaves the room.
Amazing. Any of you can do a Forbidden Lore warp test.
Yes.
Ain't got any of that. Not a single forbidden lore.
Forbidden
I'm
Lore
a guard.
warp minus 10.
I think
Don't get that.
I do.
I took one
the
Forbidden
acolyte
Lore
looks
on a
at you
whip.
all one by one.
The Xeno might have already reached the planet. You ready for war?
That is a massive fail.
You exit the door, he follows you and closes it behind you.
Hey, hell no.
As you get rushed out of the door, you can hear shouting. The military drills have begun. Imperial Guardsmen getting ready to mount the various ships. You've been given a small ladder. As you run to it, if you choose.
Yeah, I would.
You would see the back door open, and inside you will find a small poorly maintained Aquila lander, which looks strange on the outside, ugly and ill-kept. But as you come in, you notice that the machinery, the maintenance here is absolutely exquisite. Someone has taken great care to maintain this ship. You walk in, and coming out from a maintenance hatch, you will see a tech priest. He has 2 domes for eyes, reddish. He has a strange apparatus around his head and his neck. He's breathing heavily as he comes out. His eyes shimmer out from under his hood.
Who are you? You should not be here.
Delta will immediately do the sign of the cog in a member of the Adeptus Mechanicus.
Itari.
Yes,
Bye.
understood.
Brace yourself.
Take the
I
combat
said brace
stance.
yourself.
Grabs your shoulders and guides you to one of the seats.
What is your training?
Unit designation, Scutarius, Vanguard, Rad Trooper. Ranged and melee weaponry.
Ration.
Alpha rank.
He holds a device
Alpha.
up to your eyes. Awesome. He holds the device up to your eyes. It starts blinking. He lifts up your helmet. He will begin tinkering with you.
Once he lifts up the helmet, it will reveal what is effectively a glass dome. Inside, you see what is left of a brain and cogitators and mechanical wires connecting to it.
Good job. Yes. No concern for your own life, have you, my friend? You know
The only concern. Negative. I only know to serve the Omnissiah's will.
Praise the Omnissiah.
Knowing that. Praise the Omnissiah.
Praise the Omnissiah.
He holds a cog up, and you can smell incense coming from a lantern he's holding. He looks over his shoulder.
This one will keep you safe. You're lucky. Can you fly?
Negative. Not
The wonders
trained
of the
in.
machine. He can fly. Be quiet.
Samakri walks to the back hangar. You hear a hiss of the door as he exits.
It is good to see the union of the Mechanicus and the Inquisition. Both are needed to enact the Emperor's will. Also, greetings, small canine creature.
A small mechanical dog walks out. Tongue still intact. Face, cranium, mostly metal. He walks over to you and lays his head on your lap. He looks up.
Good dog. Delta will say as he commences the rights of pets. Needed to keep a cybermastiff in proper mental health.
Excellent. You activate the correct code, and the dog jumps indeed on your lap. His mechanical eyes looking up at you, shimmering reddish. He slowly and mechanically, dog-like, looks out into the room, his eyes shimmering through the fog of the light hanging from above, still covered in incense. The machinery is ancient. Cogs, wheels, a punch card, a few buttons. One by one, you see dropships begin to depart, shooting out from the hangar.
before Barnabas reaches the dropship, there is something that you're rushing for. Something that he brought with, but he couldn't bring up because it was much larger. His Volek bike. As he is rushing for his vehicle. Smaller, a bike. He's bringing that on the shuttle.
It's more than enough space for the bike in the back. You park it near the hangar exit and secure it to the wall.
As he Ernie looks over and sees a cybernetic wolf, a dog. Shakes his head. Okay. Do we have a pilot? Who's flying this?
Unknown. Are you skilled in the piloting of spacecraft?
Not of a spacecraft. My expertise is mostly when we're on the land. I'm not well trained in
ships. Some of the last ships are beginning to depart. You hear reports coming in. There's like shouting. Someone's shouting a command. A commissar has been killed. One of the first casualties. The war has already begun. The cogitator on the dashboard begins blinking. Time is passing.
I'll rush at the back of the ship, look out at the large portion of guardsmen. I'll look at anyone that has an insignia of someone that can fly a ship.
Wonderful. You do an inquiry test. I'll always let you know if there's a modifier.
Terrible. I don't have that.
Roll it.
So I'm not trained in that, so this would be a minus 30. Do I have to put that in? I don't think so. No.
You see some of the men around. None of them listen to you when you just ask them kindly. Maybe you have some other skills that are useful in this situation.
Ah, fuck
Could
this.
I look over?
You will keep hearing more and more commands.
Inquisitorial warband!
Oh. There's someone in the field, an inquisitorial agent, is currently down, injured.
Could I look through the flight logs and see who is the designated pilot for this craft? I'm going to do that.
Do you have the talent Total Recall by any chance?
Negative.
You do not know.
I cannot. There's no cogitator to interact with.
There is indeed. Cogitator is on the dashboard.
I will attempt to do that. Will that be a tech test?
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yes.
So when this is the other thing, if you want to do something in the game, I'm just doing because this is your first session. It's kind of a training session. If you want to do something as a character, just describe what you do. I walk up to the cogitator in front of the ship, and I look down. I begin fiddling with it to try to find information about whether there is a pilot. So instead of, if there is anything minor that is not mission critical, we do not ask, is there a person in the street? Is there an old person in the street? Is there a cogitator? Is there a car in the street? You can just assume it, and you don't need to wonder whether my world will sort of acquiesce to your wish. You can just fill in whatever there is that you would like to do. If there isn't a cogitator, I might say, oh, you look for the cogitator, but you don't find it. But we say what the character does. If there is a test, I will tell you to roll the test. We don't do, and this is a common thing from D&D. I know it sounds insane because this is so common in D&D, right? Like, can I do a spot check to see something? Can I do a run check? Can I do an athletics test? Instead, we role play everything as our characters, and then if tests appear during the roleplay, I will say if you need to do a test. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, you got it. That's exactly right. Thank you.
Understood. After approaching the cogitator, in the of a slighter, Delta will attempt the rites of awakening to activate the cogitator and search for a pilot. Add a character, modifier +0, or how does that work?
So ask any questions in the text chat. I will always let you know if there is a
No,
modifier. If I do not let you know of a modifier, there isn't one. You never need to ask any questions.
It appears the machine god has looked favorably upon me.
All you have to do is roleplay your character. Beautiful.
Compliance.
Delta, you look down.
Mm-hmm.
The machine lights up. A beautiful interaction. It actually has one entry for a pilot name. However, the pilot was supposed to be here 5 minutes ago. He's a Navy pilot.
It appears that the agent of the Navis Imperialis is late.
I thought we'll find another one. No one talked to me when I talk nicely. I'm grabbing the first guardsman. It comes to me. Where the fuck can I find a pilot?
Awesome. As you grab him.
What know me?
Tell me where the fuck I can find a pilot that can fly my ship.
Do a command or intimidate test. Or influence. Command, intimidate, or influence.
Could I do a command?
I'll give you a +10 on this because of your background.
Yeah. I'll do intimidate. No.
You can use a fate point to reroll.
Do you know what? I will do that.
If
No, I'll do it. That seems... I'm getting a bit miffed. That seems critical.
As you grab him, you see him shrink in his little flak armor. His standard issue last pistol. He sort of shivers for a moment. He grabs his last pistol. It looks aggressive. It looks like he's pumped up on some kind of drug. He looks you in the eyes, and you can see him sort of lean back. Sweat starts to perl down his forehead.
Point me in the direction of a ship, or a pilot that can fly my ship, or I'll tell you.
With the Emperor.
Time over the ends.
With the Emperor.
Emperor's holy word. I'm sorry. I didn't know who you were.
He looks around. He immediately turns around, yells for his commanding commissar. He walks closer to you. After a brief interaction, he will start yelling into his microbead. Immediately, several Navy pilots start running in your direction. They all, one by one, like take turns grabbing each other's shoulders, like jumping almost side to side, like eagerly towards the ship. All right, we're going. Go.
I'm just rushing them on. Get up. Wherever the first one comes is getting shoved in, going, get me the fuck up here.
Two of the pilots run into the ship. They immediately run up to the display. sit down and you hear the engines begin to roar. Strap in. The ship will slowly begin to slide out of the hangar. You feel light for a moment, then pushed back into the seats. As the engines roar, and you see nothing but darkness. All of the lights go off. You're flying completely dark. And one by one, you will see the ships departing. You're just one of many. One by one, you see them taking off from the side of the Inquisitorial cruiser, and the ship shakes for a moment. The shaking subsides, and suddenly you're sitting in total quiet. The pilot slowly turning off the light. One word. Then he gets up. He slowly walks back to the ship. Coordinates should be correct, sir. I apologize for the confusion earlier. Something
To
wrong
shut
with
up and
yours.
get us down.
Yes, my lord. He bows. He turns around, walks to the front of the ship, sits down silently. Some time will pass.
Well,
Your application of force to fulfill your will is admirable.
some things you just gotta use a strong hand and tell them what to do.
As you get closer, the Navy pilot will begin to take the ship down to the planet. Engines roaring as you blast through the atmosphere. You will begin to see lights. Slowly but surely through the window, you see yourselves crashing straight into a battlefield. You begin to hear more and more of the battle going on below.
Oh,
As
this
you,
is all fucked. This is all
as-
fucked.
Yeah, go.
I realise it's an open battle. Just look at the path. Find somewhere. Is this the coordinates we're meant to land, or are we still further out?
He nods a single time. Yes, sir. In the middle of the battlefield.
Oh, fuck, just find somewhere to land.
Not anti-air cannon. He points down. There is a cannon slowly turning around, and with intermittent bursts, it shoots down Imperial ships one by one.
Oh, fuck it, land now. Land now.
He immediately takes the ship in the direction of the gun, and it will begin to fire.
Alright, everybody hold on to something tight here, or a little bit of a burst landing.
As he guides the ship in the direction of the cannon, it gets a direct hit. You suddenly see lights flickering, and a lamp begin to shine.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? What is that? Tell me.
Critical damage.
Ah, fucking shit.
Several more blasts. You see intermittent lights flashing up on the screen in front of you. Right now, there is no vision at all. You hear a very high-pitched sound.
Logic dictate that staying inside of a falling hulk will result in only non-functionality.
Well, there's no other way we can get fucking at
Age.
this.
there wouldn't happen to be any emergency jump packs lying around, would there? Actually, Delta will attempt to look for emergency jump packs.
The pillar picks over. Grab shoots! He points to the wall.
Grab shoots. That's it.
Fucking everybody grab one. Everybody grab one. Just rushing around trying to find one and just grabbing the closest I can find.
Delta will
Buchanan is
put
gonna
one
get
on
another
himself.
And Buchanan is going to get another hit, and right now you see the ship begin to spin. It's like circling in a looping motion down to the planet. All of you can do an athletics test.
Athletics.
One success.
4 degrees of success.
Damn. First. One missing. Justice.
Yeah, 3 degrees of failure.
You spin out of your seat into the wall, slamming directly into it, taking a total of 18 non-lethal damage to your chest. 18.
I think I'm unconscious then.
The battlefield below gets closer and closer, and finally everything just turns black. The two of you who succeeded, you grab the grab shoots. Would you like to try to eject?
First, I will grab the Psyker. Clearly, he needs assistance.
I am just ejecting as soon as I can find one.
Awesome. You both eject. You're gonna try to grab your friend? So.
Yes. Is the grab shoot rated enough for both of us, or will I have to... Delta will check to see if the grab shoot is rated enough for both of them. Looks like one.
Yes. It is ready to
I'm-
deploy.
Okay, here we go.
I am hopping on my bike and riding off and hoping the the chute can hold the weight of the bike.
Ooh.
If it doesn't, that fucker's broken.
That's true. You have a bike. You you can attempt a sleight of hand or another appropriate test with a -10 to try to attach it to save it from the crash.
I have a grapple in line. I just want to try and wrap the grapple around it,
That works.
and it clips to me.
What kind of test would you like to do for that?
Athletics, just to try and get a good
Sounds
tie
good.
on it for it to slip out.
Yep, sounds good.
Does the grapple line give me any bonus to this? No, just 0. Okay.
I'm gonna say it gives you a +10.
I mean, if you don't ask, that's a failure.
You can use a fate point to roll.
I'm gonna use a fate point because this is my bike. This is my custom mate. I want to keep. I want to keep. I want to keep my custom thing. I done too many clicks and everything went small. That's the worst. The bike's loaded. We'll find it
it's only a
later.
-1.
It's a -1.
The grapple line is attached to the bike. You feel pretty sure about it. It looks safe. You jump out of the back, action movie style. I would like you to describe all of this, by the way. I would love. And
wrap the grappler around me. It is literally, he's got the pack on him, and he's just driving it out. He's going to deploy the pack with it on him. The grapple's there if he loses the bike and it pulls away from him. But he's wrapped all around him, and he's going. It's going down with him.
Okay.
Or it's going to unravel.
Awesome. You both start spinning down to the earth. Luckily for you, the bike takes the first impact. Then the grab chute is much lighter, and you easily slide down to the surface. Yeah, I would love you all to describe. So, okay, you crash inside the ship. Unfortunately.
Oh,
Fix.
Finally, with a blast, ship lands. You're left in a smoking crater. You look around, there is some battle going on around you. Not sure who the participants are, there's too much smoke. You look up, there's a light, sort of orange-yellowy, coming from above. You hear someone on the microbead. Right now in the tunnels. Ariok, now Morrigan. You have split up, and you find yourselves descending lower into the tunnels. The designation of a new inquisitorial warband. They land close to the surface assault entrance to the main base. In fact, they're right next to the turret. And in the process of crashing, this turret has exploded. Again. It was an adjacent anti-aircraft turret next to the entrance. And as you run over, you will see the entrance. However, the ship is a smoking crater, and the bike not far from it, about 100 meters.
Dropping on this battlefield, Baker, he's immediately reaching back with a large-handed gauntlet of his recoil glove and pulling out a combat shotgun, one hand on the bike, one hand on the gun, and he's just looking around on this battlefield just in case anything's coming at him.
A small smelt rat runs over the battlefield. It's gnawing on a pistol that is holding in its hand.
Fucking rat? The fuck is...
Smelt rats are small mechanical scavengers. He runs next to your feet, looks at your bike, and he begins approaching it, gnawing at the top of the bike.
Just one loud shotgun blast in the direction of the rat.
Fire it.
The fuck off my bike.
Smelt rats, formidable opponents.
I ain't letting that thing nibble on my shit. Would you say it isn't point blank? Shit. That just rolled damage. No, I rolled the wrong one. Yeah. I pressed the wrong button. Oh! Something's not. Is that a 10? I can't. Is that right?
Ooh.
Oh shit!
I feel like something.
That's insane. You're pretty good with the shotgun. That's insane.
Well, if it's point blank, yeah. With the shotgun again, the bonus and plus three on the
The
damage.
smelt rat just like explodes immediately, the shell and the inner parts just blast in every direction. It flies off the top of your bike.
Is the pistol that it was carrying still intact?
You look down. It was holding a lance pistol in its mouth.
I'll take it.
Looks to be in working order.
You never know when you need a backup. A backup. I'll take it. Put it in one of the pockets of my combat vest.
You failed the roll. So, you're currently crashed inside the ship. As you wake up, you just see smoke, fire. Someone has attempted to pull you out. Grab chute is halfway attached to your leg, and you're like dangling out from the top of the ship. Then you're slowly let down. You have been knocked unconscious. As the grab chute attached to you begins to slide you across the battlefield, you find that both of you are entangled. You wake up still like halfway dazed. All three of you spot each other on the battlefield. Smoke, intermittent lights in the distance.
I'll immediately look anywhere there is a cover or a structure that we can go to take the unconscious ally.
You easily find it.
Alright. I'll drive up to the shuttle. I'll just look over. Just put him on the bike. We need to get him to cover.
Compliance.
The bike is unfortunately not working. It needs repairs.
That bike is staying there for now then. Can I?
So
is it fully? We're in a
repairing-
battlefield.
Yeah, I'll fill you in on that. Repairing is a take use test, and you can do it at any time. Try to repair the bike.
Ooh, nah, I'm not good at that, and it's probably better just to go get my ally that's unconscious. I will.
Said require.
Can you fix my bike while I go get the unconscious psyker?
I will perform the rite of percussive maintenance.
I'll take that as a yes. I'll be back.
As you walk over to the machine, you can do something called a rush job. It gives you a -30 to the test. But if you succeed, you do like miraculous repairs. Or you can attempt a normal repair. Both are take use tests.
Oh, I already. I should have waited then. I just rolled.
You can do Trade Technomat, Lore Mechanicus, Forbidden Lore Tech, or Trade Armor. All of them work for repair.
I rolled tech use.
No.
Did that work,
You
or
get
should
a-
I roll something else?
You get a +10 for each of these you have. Trade Technomat, Trade Armorer, Forbidden Lore Tech, Lore Mechanicus, and Tech Use. Each of them give you a +10.
I have armorer and
Repairing it
mechanicus.
is a -20.
So
So by default, this is a -20 test.
okay. So I should re-roll then, or because I rolled
Go
it.
ahead and reroll.
Oh, gotcha. So what do I get the bonuses for again? Armorer, and then mechanicus.
Trade Technomat, Trade Armorer, Forbidden Lore Tech, Lore Mechanicus, and Tech Use. All give you 1 +10.
And the roll is innately at what minus 20? So
20.
I should. Okay, so because I have 3 of those, that changes to a plus 10 tech use test?
Exactly.
Okay, I shall roll
If
that
you
then.
want to do a rush job, which will very quickly repair it, it is a minus 30, meaning minus 20. Normal repairs
Negative.
plus 10.
Negative. The conicals of the machine cult must be taken with care.
The machine is smoldering.
dear.
The machine spirit. Whole sound cries out for help. The engine is on, and you can hear this very low sound. Something is not feeding it the vital promethium lifeblood that it needs.
Delta will check the transmission. Are the rights of Delta make ensuring that the rights of what the fuck is it called?
The rights of what?
Ensuring
You
that
have to know this. You're. This is all
fucking
you
sure.
have to know.
Oh, I'm gonna do that.
Ensuring that the promethium is being properly mixed with oxygen in order to create a proper combustion cycle. Perhaps pulling out the choke will aid in this.
You like try to kick
Pulling
it
out
a couple
the
of
choke.
times. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, you do it. The engine starts.
Praise be to the Omnissiah. Praise be to the machine spirit. What is it? Corporal, you're just here from far off. The machine wheel has been complete. Your bike is fixed.
Barnabas is like dragging cars is like out of the fucking wreckage. Just like, okay, one problem at a time. Do I need?
Bike is
Am I
already
able to
so
get-
good, so good. It's better than before. Like some of the bumps and uncomfortable stuff has been kind of smushed together. It looks nice.
Oh. You know, it takes a crashing from, you know, flying from a ship to make it a little bit more better. Okay. I'll take the body of Castus and put it in the back. Okay, there is some cover over in that direction. We shall head over there. Are you able to run, or the bike can only take 2 people, and the body is one, and I am the other.
Compliance. I can increase my bionic heart rate to make myself move. What is it? Faster than a normal human.
Okay.
As I will activate the sprint talent that I have.
I'll take those words to mean yes. I'm just going to drive away.
Bike like flashing through the battlefields pretty fast as it skips, jumps down into little puddles, valleys. Sometimes you will see shrapnel fly by over your head. Sometimes ricochet of a bullet. You can hear it passing over your head. The sprinter. Would you like to do? I'll take you athletics for me. With your sprint ability. So the two of you near the entrance to the base, you will see it standing up. It is a sort of a fortress, a mini fortress, like a bunker. It looks unassuming at first, but then you see that it's been dug down. There's like a slight decline as you approach it. And it goes for several hundred meters, perhaps 50 meters down the deepest point. It goes down to the middle of the stem. Down there is a door, huge open door. It seems to have been blasted open. You can hear the static from your microbeats getting louder.
Yeah, that looks like a good enough place to, give me some time to try and heal. Take my med kit out and try and help that guy.
As you look at your data slates, you're directly above the warband you've come to rescue. The sky is like covered in this reddish orange light. Sometimes you can see flashes that look like you're about to end your life. The entire sky just turns bright white. Huge phosphorus bombs are being dropped above you. You can feel and hear the fire landing near you.
In the door. We're dropping shit. As quick as can, diving into the structure, because outside is bad.
Stop on the platform outside the base. Right now, the two warbands, you can hear each other audibly. You can hear chatter on the same line from the warband deeper inside the base.
You said the door is blasted open, so there's nothing that's impeding
Nothing
our...
there. You can just walk right in.
Delta, get in. I'm driving my car in. I'm not leaving my bike outside because I'm just driving it in.
Oh, you can drive everywhere. There's just open space. This place was made for huge vans to drive in. In fact, the entire cavernous complex is made for transport of large goods. Like your bike fits for.
Alright, we can get in far enough where we can stop and I'll take a look at the wounds and cast this, but we need to get more deeper inside.
You easily get
Understood. I shall stand watch as...
Do you have medical experience?
Negative.
Okay,
medical experience does not aid the servants of the Omnissiah.
So,
We are more metal than flesh.
I know a little bit and I've got a medkit on me, so...
The flesh is weak.
If we get far enough in, I'll look at the Delta. I was like, okay, keep an eye behind us. I'm going to try and tend to cast this wounds while we're in a bit of a secluded area.
Understood. My war gear allows myself to peer into even the deepest of darkness and see. No one shall sneak up on us unaware.
I'm going to pull out my med kit and I'm going to try and help this man. I'm not an experienced medic, but I've always thought...
inside to where you can no longer hear the battle outside. Just occasional reverberation from the deep base of the bombs. Right now, Ariok, Nal, Morgan, you can hear the other warband. They've apparently been wounded.
Oh, fuck, there's multiple people wounded, shit.
The base seems empty. You can occasionally hear someone shouting. And on the microbead.
Delta,
Hello?
can you pick
Hello?
your microbead and try and contact the people we're here to rescue? It's not a great rescue, but we're here.
I will attempt this. Delta will switch his microbead into scanning mode, basically trying to snapshot onto any signal it gets a hand on, so it can tune him into that.
It's like you immediately hear the voices of the warband.
I'm picking up another signal here. This is Inquisitorial Recognition Code AB4C3K. Please respond.
Greetings. I am am designated as Delta E-17 Alpha, Scutarius Vanguard, here with 2 others. We were sent to aid your group.
Yes, yes, I will first require a recognition code.
Compliance. 1515723.
Yeah, here we are. Yes, we are. Yes. I don't recall us calling for you, but we are a bit further in. We're attempting to reach the depths of this location and acquire more information.
Understood. The drop was hazardous, causing one of the members of our party to fall unconscious. We are attempting to resuscitate him at the moment. After that is done, we shall join you.
It sounds
Do
like you had a
you
much
have a
better
way to
inception
send?
than the last rescue team.
Indeed.
In
Do
that
you
case,
have
we
a
were
way
2
to send?
injured casualties and 1 fatality.
Ask them if they have anyone of medical experience.
Does one of your number have better medical experience?
I believe. Neil, did you have any experience with healing? That's cool. Up. Mr. Neil, are you there? Come in. Oh, dear, we seem to have lost contact with one of our numbers.
This is most distressing. Is there a way that... Please send your coordinates over the Vox so we can join you shortly.
Yeah, yes. We are at altitude minus 43. Longitude AB4, sector C.
Compliance. We shall be with you shortly. How goes the resuscitation?
I've never had to help anybody that's fallen in a plane crash. Most of mine are gun wounds. But I will attempt what I can.
Then you hear static beginning to pierce through on the comms for Ariok.
I am very sorry. I do have some medical experience. It has been a very...
Warband.
Signal to speak. Signal
Warband. Please roll a 1d100. That means any of you can roll it. Any of the new players. Roll a d100.
I'll roll a d100.
High is bad, low is good.
30.
That's good.
The servo skull will hover into the room.
Delta, check that before I shoot it. See if it's good.
Attempting to communicate via noosphere. Greetings, Servo Skull. What is your designation? Delta will say in the machine cant of the Omnissiah.
Servo
No,
skull.
tech lingua.
The servo skull, in fact, will get a little bit closer. You can do a technical lingua test with a +10.
Nice.
The servo
It
skull,
is not.
servo skull hovers close to your head. It attempts to communicate, and it is just binary chatter. Apparently, this is some code that you're not familiar with. It keeps referring to something, whether it's a code or a coded language. It's unclear. But right now, it just sounds like a modem starting. It keeps hovering around your head.
Do you want us to follow you?
The servo skull will nod.
Excellent. It appears we have a guide to this place.
Okay, so did one of them inform you of a medical expertise, or shall I try my best right now? I don't know how long he has.
I'd been going in on comms for Ariok while this was going on, saying, apologies, signal had been weak. Repeat, signal had been weak. Seems stronger now. Any idea on those arriving? Are we close? Yes or no?
I am not quite sure. Could you give me your location and an estimated arrival time?
Me and Morrigan went to check only a 2 or 3 corridors down from where you stayed back. We can make it back to you, but we need to know what is going on now. Elsewise, we will proceed deeper. We are yet at the moment to find much other threat.
We are receiving 3 additional acolytes to our team. They have given me the correct reply code, but they are in need of medical assistance. I shall double back and help them. Then we can rejoin up with you later.
Are you saying you want us to come meet up with you now while you head over, or are you saying you want us to proceed or wait for you now from where we are?
It might be better if we gather up as a group in case a concentrated counterattack to us appear.
Right then.
I believe that is the
Look-
correct decision according to the Tactica Imperialis.
I can imagine. You hear a little slight shifting, as though you cannot see it. Neil briefly looks over with a bit of an eye roll at Morrigan.
At this, you'll hear a
Furthermore-
click on the microbead so that everyone can hear it. And you'll hear it. So, what you're suggesting is that we backtrack the way we came, moving away from the infirmary to pick up people that are injured, come back to the direction of the infirmary. Is that exactly what you're suggesting, Etriok?
Sounds a
Indeed,
bit
in case we are attacked by a large group of hostiles.
From where?
Well, they could appear from further ahead and push us forward. Or they could appear from behind, taking our reinforcements in the back.
Well, it would make sense then for them to push on to us.
Yes,
Because
yes, and
either which way, we're going
yes, I
to be
said
here.
we should move. We should each move towards each other so we can swiftly move up.
Neil quickly chimes in again. We're yet to see any activity down here, never mind any other additional threats or forces, though we'll tell you if we do. The supposed other acolytes, did the golem follow them in? Yes or no?
I have not heard anything about a golem. I open up a channel to the rest of the...
I believe Morrigan's analysis on whether or not there are any presently known threats is pretty accurate. Anyhow, though, it is good to hear you, ultimately. Now, you said 3 other acolytes. New ones, yes?
Yes, that is what I had.
Well then, hopefully we meet up soon, and with no threats around, maybe these ones will last a bit longer than a couple of corpse bars. See you soon. Some static begins to pick up before then it just sort of clicks off briefly.
Secondary acolyte team, please meet me up at coordinates B3486. There is an infirmary there.
Compliance. I will use optimal route. Perhaps we'll get it back.
As time progresses, you attempt to move closer to each other. The servo skull leads you through the halls. You see one by one a strange-looking modified standard Imperial officio. Some of them seem to be operating with heretical equipment. You see signs on the walls, crates, of some struggle going on. Some of the crates have been broken open. There seems to be some kind of raid that happened suddenly. You can still hear shouts occasionally, and you can hear footsteps. The halls echo very strongly, and you can hear many kilometers away. You can hear shouts. You keep walking down the corridors, and so far you haven't ran into anyone. The servo skull seems to be guiding you, stopping occasionally at a crossroad, then passing left, right, keeps walking. Then it descends down a set of stairs. It seems to be heading lower.
Delta, how much confidence do you have in this skull that we have chosen to randomly follow?
Servo skulls are only made of those of pure service to the Sire. However, it is always good to double check one's work. And with that, Delta will use his Auspex to try to make sure that they're going in the right direction.
Awesome. You use your Auspex and you can do a navigate surface test. Navigate surface. I know it sounds strange to be surface, but it just means on the ground somewhere.
Gotcha, and because I am not trained in that, I assume that is a -5? -10?
Chart does everything. You can just click the tests and it does it.
Okay.
Do you want me to have a look at it?
It appears...
Delta, do you want me to look at the Auspex if you're having trouble navigating this?
That depends. The Auspex is from a my augmetic. It is an internal system. But I'm sure I do not know if you can access such.
If it's internal, probably not. Oh well. We'll just have to slowly navigate the old-fashioned way. You got the coordinates, we'll get there eventually.
At the very least, I can put the coordinates on your data slate, and you can attempt to navigate that way.
Yeah, sure.
Following the servo skull for now.
I mean, yeah, I would like to try and, like, they gave us the coordinates. He's going a direction. Try and like see if he's leading in the same direction. Try and calculate it in my head. When he's going a direction, I'm looking. He's like, is it going to the same?
Will descend down into rusty corridors. One by one, you'll see old machines, cogitators, monitors, poorly maintained. The machine spirits cry out in pain. Servo Skull keeps hovering above you, buzzing, occasionally turning around, looking at you. Slowly sliding into the corridor, deeper and deeper. As you look around, you can smell oil, molten metal. There is heat coming from somewhere. The Servo Skull will begin to hover closer to the wall. It seems to be activating some device. It looks like it has an aspects of its own. Some form of simple aspects, at least.
What the hell
As
is it doing now? To the wall.
You use the same aspects, and you can do an awareness test with -10 with your aspects.
The Auspex gives me plus 20. So
That's a
does
plus
that
10
change
then.
to a minus to a plus 10? Okay.
Exactly. That's right.
Awareness. And then because of the augment, I can re-roll this if I.
Yes.
You can re-roll protection check. Should I re-roll to see if I get the better one, or do
You
I
can
have
do
to
what you
keep the
want.
re-roll?
You can do what you want.
Then I'll just keep. Yeah, then I'll just
You
keep
never
it
need to
with
ask me
the plus
questions,
3.
basically.
Sorry, with the. I shall go with the 3 degrees of success.
The silver skull hovers into a nearby room. It looks back at you, and then it disappears. You suddenly spot through the wall the unmistakable silhouette of 2 servo automata, fully armed. They have guns mounted on both sides of a carapace armor that hangs over their heads, and they're like almost like they're walking with almost like an elephant with a huge shield on their back. On both sides of the main frame, on either side, they have what looks like miniguns, dual miniguns. They stop and they look in your direction. Both of them, the guns point in your direction. Mind you, you
Delta,
don't
did
see them yet.
you
You have no line of
perhaps?
sight to them yet. They're through the wall on the other side.
Delta, the
Warning:
skulls.
there are two. Warning: there are 2 combat-rated servitors up ahead with heavy weaponry. Caution is advised. It appears that our silver skull friend is not a friend after all.
Oh, you don't say. It's just led us into danger. Oh, okay, that's okay. Sure. Yep. Okay. Okay. Are they aware of our presence? Do you know if they've?
There's no sign of any servo automata or any sounds at all. You don't see any dangers.
Okay. Yeah, just be ready. I have the bike, and if need be, we can use it for cover. You've still got Castus in the
Perhaps.
back. Should we try and find another way ourselves without the skull?
It is probably the wisest course of action. We have the 2 locations. Could you attempt to plot a new course?
Navigate surface test with -10.
So I'll try that. With a -10 surface. Because we're in an enclosed space, I get a +20 to this, because I'm from a hive world.
Nice.
So instead of a -10, it's a +10. Is that... Yeah, nah.
Describe, what are we seeing? What's happening in the role-playing scene right now?
Bernabas is scratching his chin, trying to calculate. Alright, they gave us some directions. It looks like that path goes forward. The skulls went that way, but we don't trust the skull. I mean, we could keep going in the north direction, and hopefully it takes us... It looks like it goes further down, the sounds echo further. Try that. Or
It-
we could blindly trust the skull.
Suddenly, a huge servo automaton will come walking into the corridor. Omega 371.
Delta, speak to it. Delta. It looks angry.
Delta E17 Alpha.
Do a technolinguist test.
Fucking love this.
You get a -10.
I ready my sniper rifle just in case. I just pull it.
Another one
Wrist
appears.
on the bike.
They're no
Mine-
more than 10 meters away. Close
Hey,
range.
do you want to use a fate? You can use a fate.
Do I just do? Okay, then yeah, fuck it. I'll use a fate point. That seems like a wise course of actions.
You can use a fate point to give you a +10.
Do I just re-roll that or?
They just give you a +10 on the roll.
Oh, okay. Then if it had a +10, then that would be a pass.
The servo automaton responds. Are you the repair team?
Negative. We are acolytes here to whatever what needs to be repaired.
Machine spirits have been neglected.
Mm,
Where is the engine seer?
Current location of engine seer unknown. Traveling. Why is there no engine seer?
I'm going
Limited
to dismount the bike and just slowly kind of crouch to you have it using cover and ready in case they start firing, but just getting off my bike.
Limited data attained. Weary. Current operation.
There is the tech priest. The servo automata moves closer. Its one single eye will light up red. A holographic grid starts taking shape, slowly moving from your head to your toes.
Hey Delta, is this good or bad? They're starting getting closer.
Designation. Advice. Run.
Don't tell me twice. I need to rev the engine. I am taking it as fast as I can.
Okay. You just rev the engine and drive?
Yeah, he told me to run. I'm bucking, I'm out.
Okay. So you just take off through them. Right.
He said run, I run. I get out. I got the psycho in the back.
There is
And
now a
he-
ho- that there is now
Or you took the psycho with you?
Yeah, he'd been on the back of the bike, he ain't walking.
Okay.
there is now a hole in the passage, and Delta will run after the bike.
Sorry.
Skitari, you are not authorized to be here.
Leaving, Delta says as he continues to run with the bike.
The servo automata just takes a step forward. I need to roll for this. Yeah. Security protocol activated. It will start beeping and making screeching sounds. Not very comforting. It goes quiet.
Well,
The armor plate slides down from this top carapace on top of the machine, sliding down, covering it. The both of the machines on either side become activated, and the guns drop on both sides. You can roll for initiative.
The tech guy told me to run.
Meanwhile, as this is happening, very quickly, on Ariok's comms again, you hear yet another buzz or static trying to ring in.
It's telling me there's an error. And
Sorry, probably because I didn't bring it up. I'll
oh,
roll for you.
thank you. I just put my token
Sorry,
on the
what
board.
was that, Master Niel?
Ariok, just something to update. Presently, your favorite cybernetic investigator and Spiker, I was going to say, are proceeding nearer and nearer to the infirmary. We've been able to go through a few areas. We're yet to encounter thus far any trouble, some traps we managed to evade. That was about it. How's your trip
Seth,
proceeding
go.
to apparently the new
You
acolytes?
see the machine
we-
start to roll. You can continue the conversation. Go ahead, Delta.
Delta is going to use is going to basically all of his movement, full action, whatever it is, to get the hell out of there. So he is continuing to run away behind the bike.
Yes. You run after the bike. What's your run speed? Do you have sprint?
I do have sprint. It is
Nice.
It is 24 plus my agility bonus, so that would be it would be 28 meters that I can get away.
8 meters. You run at full speed. Do you have a hard target?
I have a what?
Hard target. Are you minus 20 when you run to hit you?
Oh, the trait. No, I do not have hard target.
One of the guns go off. Fires at you as you run. Dual guns, take dodge test if you want. If you want.
Absolutely. I'll gladly take a dodge text. Where is it? There we are. Failure on the dodge.
One of the bullets hits you in the right arm for 7 damage, 2 penetration.
Delta's metal frame soaks the damage,
Beautiful.
uninjured.
Another hit hits your chest, your right arm again, sorry. For 5 damage, 2 penetration. Again, nothing. A couple of bullets hit your arm. They just ricochet off and you hear them like flying through the corridor. You take off running.
Well, sounds certainly interesting. Hopefully we can get an update soon. Presumably they haven't run into anything too difficult, right?
Let us hope so.
Oh wait,
I have prepared the infirmary for their arrival.
this is Delta, current first team, actually team primary. Come in.
This is Team Primary. How far are you from the infirmary?
Unknown. We are having difficulty navigating. I have met with the local servitors. They attempts to injure me are ineffective, and we are possibly going on your location with great haste.
Oh, Master Niel, it seems that you allies have run into some problems.
You keep
As if they ran
descending
into-
down into the metal corridor. Finally, you will see the parked bike of your warband waiting for you.
Damage. Minimum.
Let's be there.
As Delta comes in and stops because I imagine he's been getting some fatigue. He just legs resetting to normal mode. Damage sustained. Negligent. How fare you?
I'm fine. I kept driving, and I feel like we probably should keep going ahead. They might be pursuing us. Were they
Perhaps
not? Were they not amenable when you talked to them?
negative. They appear to be whatever this station is. It is not hospitable. It is not very amiable to our presence.
Okay, understood. Next time we come against a threat, perhaps warn me before it is time to run. Maybe I could get a shot in areas, but you know, I appreciate you telling me to run when I need to.
Your safety is my purpose is to protect, and so I will. Perhaps we should attempt to relocate our position and search for a way to get to this infirmary.
Yeah, quickly. Let's keep going deeper.
Fantastic. Love the role playing so far. Amazing. Ariok, Neil, Morgan, any of you can roll a D100 test to see whether you find an infirmary. And you can also do a navigate surface test as a modifier. Of course, Aaron rolls it.
I rolled 3 additional degrees with navigate surface.
Fantastic.
It was my turn.
6. So you reduce it quite a bit. You know, it's not that bad. And then surface team, you can also do the 100 tests.
Just a straight test, no navigate.
We call it a random event die.
Okay.
Bad things happen if you roll high.
Hey, low is good. I got a 12.
Ooh. So, Corporal Barnabas, you, following your data slate and your auspex, you now have a very easy time making it down to the others. In fact, you will find an elevator with the emergency lights still on, and outside of it, you will see a tech priest. On his, in his arm is the punch card to operate the elevator. After taking time to make sure everything is safe, you easily take the elevator down, all the way down to the level where the other warband is.
Just taking this calm moment to take a quick smoke with his eyes.
Yeah. There's elevator music in the backline. Like comfortable ride, smooth elevator, everything's good. You slowly descend down into the base. At the same level as the other group, you keep following your auspex. And they seem to have found, indeed, an infirmary.
Oh God, this is the dirtiest infirmary ever. Shit, it's inside there.
As you step in, though, you realize, before this happens, Neil, Ariok, Morgan, you get a little bit of time here alone before the rest arrive. As you walk into the infirmary, you followed the signs. Everything was good. Everything was so good.
Oh no.
When you come in,
Right.
something has happened. Something is very bad. The bodies in the infirmary have been ripped open, torn open. They're still smoldering. Some kind of acid has been poured on them. It It's a
Dr.
grotesque
Victor, we
sight.
told you not to do this.
All of you need to do a fair one test. If you're jaded, you can ignore it.
Jaded.
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 Jaded. Okay. Yes, great.
He gets mucked up by some mundane things, but not this.
You slide through some intestines on your foot, like a few intestines are attached to your foot, your boot, as you like slide across the floor, Evil Dead style. You like have to take a couple of dance moves to not fall.
Interesting. Perhaps they applied acids to these in order to prevent them from acting in the mutagen, the plague. Perhaps it is to counteract their effect, stop them from changing.
The smell of gases and
Just so to mention
medicine
that.
mixed with ammonia is so disgusting. It is beyond explanation.
As ever. A truly disgusting sight, yet a more disgusting stench. Anyone think this is how apparently a psyker feels around a blank? Probably nowhere near, but any sort of comparison? Morrigan?
No, being around the blank is more like suffocating. This is more like, well, burning.
Yeah, though, we still have to hold back the chunks, don't we? Luckily a bit more used to this, but not exactly fond of being more used to this. There we go. I was going to say.
She's going to pick up a depressor and start poking at one of the bodies.
Just don't let anything pierce or burst, hopefully. Not without warning, anyhow.
Yes, if you would mind, we should probably pay one of these stations. I'm going to go and fetch some gloves, and then we can push a few of the corpses out of the way and quickly clear them so we have an area to operate on.
Right. However, I was going to say, while glad to finally catch you again, old-timer, I do mean it. You and your little lamp there, did it light the way to you finding anything else out about the entirely new acolytes who, last I checked, before the comms cut off, you said might have found trouble?
They mentioned they had run into some saboteurs that were acting hostile towards them.
I suppose that means we'll have to see some of them test their mettle, and for one of them you mentioned a apparently tech priest or Scutari or something, their metal. I suppose we'll have to hopefully, looking around at where they are,
Give me a second.
Better off than what we're seeing here.
Secondary acolyte team, how far are you from the infirmary?
That exact moment, they burst through the door on a bike.
0 meters.
Excellent and precise. It is a pleasure to meet you. I am Eriok Lothos, a old man with a blue turban, white hair. He's got a bionic left leg. His fingers, like you can see, are caked with decades of ink and toil.
And then you
His
also
eyes
look
seems to look very inquisitive and curious.
Then you hear clearing their throat. Go ahead, sorry. Go ahead, sorry.
This unit is designated as Delta E17 Alpha.
A pleasure to meet you, Alpha.
Greetings, Assault. I am Corporal Banabet. What the fuck happened here? Why is it?
I believe that this is a testing location either to combat or to test the resilience of the mutagenic virus that is being released upon the other moon.
The lumen above flickers intermittently. There is a strange smell of gas, and this orange cloud hangs in the ceiling.
Are you sure this is not a morgue instead of an infirmary?
No. We can see that they have applied acid directly to their bodies. If you come here and look closer. And Eriok leans very close and begins to describe how the angle is, the reason why this is probably an experiment rather than a morgue. He goes into uncomfortable detail.
One of you have some experience in a medical skill? One of our people took a bit of a hit on the
Yes.
entrance.
Come here. I've.
You then hear
Ariok walks up
clearing
to walks up to one of the bears. With gloves upon, he pushes off one of the corpses, and quickly wipes down the slab with some tissues and rags he found. Please get on here.
You can just keep him on the bike. The bike is fine. The bike is sanitary. That is a mess.
Okay, give me a second. Ariok begins to walk over. You also see that he's walking with a bit of a limp, and he's got also a cane with him.
And leaning over one of the bodies, you'll see a rather tall woman with jet black hair. As she turns round and looks in your direction, a sort of quick glance, you'll actually notice that her lips are indeed actually sewn shut, and the way that she actually talks is through a vox sort of caster on her throat, which gives off a tinny sort of vocalization. After glancing at you, she'll look up at the gas in the air, basically go into her pouch and pull out a gas mask, put it on, and then go back to actually looking at the corpse without saying a word.
You'll then see over, as you hear a bit of a deliberate clank against the ground, a figure partly obscured, dark corner of the room, some shadow, seeming to be within baggy, light clothing, heavily pocketed, but something harder beneath it that it's covering. Curled hair, dark, extremely pale, nearly white as snow, tone of skin, and some slightly tinged reddish or pinkish light eyes. Elsewise, seems as if they would just be brown. About just slightly above average height. Begin to look over and clear his throat as he proceeds out of the shadows. So, I suppose this is the C team, or is it the D team at this rate? Old timer immediately.
We are rescue team.
I believe that from our count, this would be, if we are considered to be the A team, then this would be the C team. I do not know of any other rescue teams that have been sent, but considering the chaos above us, there is a 55% chance that there might have been one more, and there is a 95% chance that there might be even more trying to get here.
What happened to the B team?
I was also under no illusion that we needed rescuing.
I was going to say, a rescue, right.
People are that needed to be, so we are here.
Are you certain they're not here for the other clanky one? As he then looks over quickly you notice him going from a very casual and well-composed demeanor to practically without somehow harming himself, snapping in a split second whenever he turns his head from one subject to another, depending on who he's looking at. Nearly in a way that goes from natural and unnatural to you and may or may not be a little unsettling for anybody a bit less experienced in some of the more out there things you tend to see in this line of business. Immediately looking again, briefly back at Morrigan and then over at Ariok. You know, the other tech priest we had with us. The one heretic. The one with the cracked or broken lenses. He ended up accidentally trailing off another direction. We thought we were going to regroup with him because he said he found something, and then he sort of just vanished.
Well, considering the fact that they are after the primary team, it seems, I do not believe that would be the B team they're after. It might also be a misunderstanding of the actual orders they got.
Yes,
were
indeed.
you told that you needed to retrieve us, or were you merely to assist us? What were the exact wording of your order?
There was some form of Xenos interference. The entire planet was glowing and flashing multiple colors. We were sent to assist you. It is unknown if extraction is currently needed, but it was believed that something more is going on.
There's
Considering
apparently
the
a
fact
normal
that we
machine that's
already
happening.
delivered all our known knowledge to the Inquisitor and his staff, I do believe that we are meant to continue down and gather more information.
We were informed that there is an anomaly machine that's happened to the planet. There was a large hue that encompassed the orbit before we landed.
Neil
Yes, we are.
immediately taps at his chin a little bit, looks back at Morrigan, giving her a bit of a knowing look, and then looks back at Ariok again with a far more questionable one, and then at these new acolytes who seem to have arrived. It's interesting you say specifically rescue, though. We don't doubt that you're sincere. It's just, again, maybe a miscommunication. We were already here waiting for some brand new acolytes who didn't exactly have a nice time on their way in. So we were already going to check here and find about any medical supplies, and if we could go back to their hopefully not yet corpses and try to replenish the team and dive in deeper. Does that sound good to you? Because if we can't replenish them, I suppose we'll just have to bring you with us.
I believe we already did
Looking
all we
at
could
the-
for their wounds. And we do not have any more advanced medical gain here, it seems.
One of them is way too large for any of these lot to carry. The other one is a bit smaller, but apparently while his heartbeat is there, he seems elsewise unresponsive. And the other one, as I mentioned, seemed as if their very sight and tech they had for said vision is just blindly pumping into wherever. So, I think while we make certain these items, if we can find any in the gore bath here, get to them, we just make some new recruits while we dive in more. And you see, strangely, as Neil looked very specifically at the Skitari, in the light, most of his face, you can tell, is his regular flesh. However, you begin to notice, perhaps, if you look carefully, that some of the bits of his face along the fringes and one of his eyes seems to purposely be meant to blend in with that, to resemble it, but is then seeming to reflect and bounce the light off as if it's made out of a different material. And then there's a bit of a light, vibrant red glow at the center pupil of that eye for a moment, as if something's about to shoot out, before then it just vanishes and goes right back to normal as he takes one more step closer.
Okay. As Morgan straightens up. So then it is decided. Ekrock, bandage the one with the bandage on his eyes. I suppose use that if you have to. The rest of you prepare to move. Unfortunately, Neil seems to have forgotten the terminology of haste and is starting to babble about as much as Etriok.
Yes, allow me to go forward. Now, who of you was it that needed some aid? Ariok's eyes look eyes over the group.
The
Yes, just-
unconscious one.
The man splayed out on the bike. This is Castus. He is also was sent to aid us, but he the flight we were taking was a bit bumpy and crash landed, and he was unfortunately not able to fully get out in time.
Let me walk forward.
And although you can't, though you've not actually known Morgan for that long, you can actually see that she carries her tension in her shoulders. As whenever Etriok said, which one needs medical attention, you just seen them tense.
I know a bit of medical experience, but I'm no field medic or surgeon. I know the basics. I was hoping that's why I asked if any of you had any more expensive experience.
Assist Etriok, he'll get him on his feet.
Odds are
Let's
we
take
can
a look
help.
at how injured you are. Ariok
If you
was
need-
good
if
and
you
tries to
need
determine
a-
how.
I do have a medic kit if you need it.
Yeah, I do have my
I
own.
took 18. I took 18 wounds. Oh god, I don't know where how the text thing.
I need to know how many wounds you're at currently. Are you in criticals?
Right. Okay.
At this moment, you can hear a loud
Uh,
click outside.
By the way, I heard you ran into some trouble eventually on your way in. Bring any friends?
Hey,
Del-
there's something outside. I heard something hanging out there.
Yes.
Tom, defense protocols engage compliance. Delta's gonna charge outside with his shock maul.
Oh
You
shit!
see,
I
that
better
might
go
tell us
after
a
him.
lot. It didn't give an exact answer, looking at the corporal.
We encountered some other tech individuals. Delta tried to speak to them. Didn't think it'd go well, and then he looked at me and told me to run, so we ran.
What did they
Understood.
look
I thought
like?
it was
I'm gonna go help him. Because Barnabas whips out a sniper rifle off his back and just goes up to the door to peek out. As Delta's charged.
As you peek out, you see a strange electrical anomaly. Some electrical currents running in the ceiling a couple of times. You can hear someone yelling. It sounds like a tech priest. And then you hear someone with a loud voice yelling, "We have much to do!" At least 2 people walking on the metal grid floor in an adjacent hall. Probably no more than 50 meters away.
Are any of yous, while here, did you talk to any of these tech priests that you are friendly with, or are they all aggressive because there's 2 approaching?
Do any of them have cracked lenses? Sorry.
Let me have a quick look. Look through the sniper rifle and try and see if they have a cracked lens.
1 second, you see them through the adjacent hall as they walk right past you. You can do a stealth test. Stealth with a +10.
I'll just steal, sure.
They,
Delta will activate his stammer, which will actually give us an additional +30 on this test.
yes.
Ooh, to all of us?
So
I think it's a small field. It's a small field that surrounds you.
Yeah, 10 meters.
10 meters, yeah.
Oh. It's a modifier per second.
okay, so yeah, it will get both of us then.
It will.
I have a chameleon cloak.
Oh my god. Yeah,
As you see,
you're
a cloak
literally like just a
that
part of the
wearing
wall.
as
go, go.
his cloak changed fully color as he looks like he just vanishes into the wall as the cloak fully covers him.
Beautiful.
Well, it's very convenient that there is a giant pool and that there was a giant splash of blood as Delta just turns around, red cloak camouflaging perfectly.
Nice. Yeah, you're completely quiet. Not a single decibel will escape this field.
Good.
You see them looking in your direction. An infirmary! Our luck! The man next to him sort of walks up behind him, touches his shoulder. You idiot! You idiot! Keep walking! We have much to do. He takes another look. What a mess. What a mess we've made of this. Yes, yes. And it seems like 2 people have been here too long. At least one of them a tech priest. They're stumbling with their huge robes through the halls, dragging equipment with them. They keep walking.
Barnabas'
Delta,
hands
over the past... Oh, sorry.
under the cloak. Barnabas has been gripping the combat shotgun tightly, but as they walk away, his hand slowly grips and he pushes his way back behind the door.
Nice.
Delta move, they could come back.
The spurt of blood will slowly move inside the room.
Is there a door or is it an open entryway? If there's a door, I would
It's
like
an
to
open entryway. It's blasted open.
Ah. As he'll pull the hood of the chameleon cloak down, look at it. There are two tech priests that may be insane wandering the halls. I will warn you, we were able to hide them, but they're there.
Well,
We'll
doesn't
hide.
that sound lovely?
One of them
So-
looked at the infirmary and went, an infirmary, and the other one went, you fool, we have things to do. Repeated because you said before, and then they continued with a lot of gear behind them.
Well,
I
would
captured
suggest
them
we-
on my picked recorder. Would you be able to identify these souls?
Once
What,
I
the other
hear
guy?
what Morrigan says, maybe.
I would then suggest that you go back outside, drop one of them, and bring the other one in here for interrogation.
Is this your first time?
Is that what you wishes to do? I can do that if you want.
No, I'm
No.
just saying it seems as if this actually might work out quite well, but if there is any help needed, you really should let us know first. Concerning what you just described. Kicks one of the bits of gore that was nearby to him. Do you need any
I just-
extra stunning, any extra Medicaid just in case? Any of that? Because we don't have much, and what we can have, we can use if we're lucky.
No, I'm uninjured
Excellent.
and got my stuff with me.
Oh,
This you.
did you see if any of them had cracked lenses?
I was
Del-
going to look, but then they approached relatively fast, and I had to hit.
Alright, if you hear one of
Del-
them muttering about apparently the Inquisition, any of us, and happening to be a heretic, then that might be someone we had around earlier. If not, then we have no qualms about getting rid of them very quickly. Just hopefully get some information on.
Look at your peak
Right.
recording. You captured one of them perfectly on your screen. Lit up by the lumen above as he looked naively in your direction, not knowing that you were seeing him. He was clad in a sealed hazard suit with a strange looking helmet. Any of you can do a Forbidden Lord Eldar test with -20.
Well, that's ominous.
I don't know. Physically impossible for me to make that.
Oh, drat. It's not letting me do. How do I. Ah, fucker.
What about Xenos? Can I do that?
If you do a Xenos test, I would like a -40 test.
Success.
Right, plus 20 for what?
What?
Beautiful.
Wait a minute.
Um,
Crud.
the helmet. It's a dead giveaway. This is one of Elias Debris' quarantine enforcers. You ran into them before. They work for the council. They're his personal elite guard. They stay behind, giving their life with no questions asked. They carry Eldari armor and weapons. They have something called a psychic disruptor field. They are swift, bio-enhanced agents. They also tamper with their genetics. All highly heretical, of course. The Inquisition knows this, but it's completely unofficial.
Just gonna hand back the pick slate and said, well, you did well not shooting them. This is worrying.
Logic
Can-
dictates that
Go ahead.
logic dictates that when one lacks information, subtlety is advised.
Neil begins to slowly take out a pretty shockingly high-end las pistol while looking over at Moore again, seeming as if he's just basically polishing or fixing it up. Worrying on a scale of 1 to what?
Well, not so much worrying for you, definitely worrying for me.
Oh, right. As he quickly stops polishing it, looks over and says, I suppose it is important then. Then looks over at the others. Corporal, with respect, I think, depending on how we break things up here, it may be good for you to travel with whoever you think is going to need the most actual support if we end up getting in a situation. Ariok, I know you're able to help with Medicaid, however, who do you think will end up needing you most if, Lord forbid, we get split up again?
Well, it would depend, of course. Probably one of the ones who and if further injuries might be harder. It might be more effective if we put me with one of the people who have yet to actually suffer any injuries, as well as my technical expertise might be well aided in actually aiding our Skitari friend.
How has that gone thus far, by the way? Looking at the Skitari he swore charged out when going to check things and might not have yet been tended to.
This Skitarius' combat effectiveness remains at 100%. No wounds taken.
Yeah. Before we go on, I shall attend to my patient. And Ariok turns around and he goes to treat the psycho.
What is his specialty? Pointing to the gentleman who's unconscious.
We're going to have to try and make certain we're all very well acquainted here.
I believe he was a psyker of some skill.
Did he do things mostly from far away, up close? Was it anything involving mainly info or damages?
I didn't get a chance to see. We've only met briefly, and he fell unconscious in the flight.
Corporal, I believe you mentioned that you were a trained medic. If you would assist me, we should be done with this very quickly.
I know a thing or two. I'll try and help you.
I just asked Corporal because even though I have a phase lance, doesn't mean I can use it.
Success with 3 additional degrees.
And depending on what we come across, I just want to quickly say, looking over at the corporal mainly, after having a glance at the other fellow they're presently trying to treat, and hopefully making certain the Skitari is also engaged.
Ariok goes to work with his patient. He's basically, checking him, opening up his eyes, lighting a light there, putting everything so he doesn't have a, spasm when he wakes up. And then he goes into the medikit, he pulls out a bit of a syringe. All right, then please, Corporal, hold his arm here and be sure that he doesn't shake too much.
No, okay.
All right, this should wake you up. He, plugs it in, presses down the syringe, and a bolt of energy surges up into the psycho. Castus wakes up with a, jolt.
Oh, bloody hell.
No, please, calm down. You're quite, well, you're not really safe. You're very unsafe, actually. There is clearly differences, but you are amongst friends. As well as friends that anybody in the Inquisition can be, of course. It is actually rather recommended that you do not form too much of a tight bond because of the high attrition rate amongst our numbers. Pleasure to meet you. I am Ariok Lothos.
Castus. Oh, first. I should have strapped myself in. I don't know why I didn't.
It was a rough landing. Sorry, we got you down here.
being strapped in is actually raising the survival chances from a crash with an astonishing 99%.
And then all of a
No.
sudden you see. Go ahead.
But when I was looking, it was like, well, we were currently trying to jump out of the vessel when we were untrapped because we were trying to desperately jump out of it.
Did you have grab tubes of any kind?
We had some.
In that case, that would have been a rather wise move to make.
Even the motorcycle got a grab chute.
That is quite impressive.
Well, I'm kind of
Yes.
held
I
in
have-
front of men.
Never heard of
About-
such a...
About the motorcycle, how attached are you to it?
Note
That has
this
been
answer
my-
might be important.
It has been my vehicle for quite some time. It is one I found that reminds me of home, so it's a bit close to me. Why?
It seemed to be a good model. Yet, looks over at Morrigan.
It seems to be a bit loud.
I mean, I can, not have the engine on, but still use it. It does have wheels, so I can push it around, maybe.
It would still make a rather... It could still make a lot of noise. Depending on how oiled the gears are, of course. If it is well oiled, it might actually not make that much noise.
However,
Either way,
if we strap explosives to it,
I would
We
rather
did-
not that. This is...
well, I would add, while I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, and I hope it won't be, we're not certain yet, I swear. He, stepping a little bit closer, says, you did bring it, literally, and he points at everything around you. Here. So I imagine there was a certain amount of risk expected in its use.
I mean, it gets me around. It got me out of the battlefield. We could drive it down here, got us down here, and the Psyker.
I'm wondering, how much can it carry?
It can carry the driver and another.
Looks over at Morrigan quickly, with a bit of a nod, and looks at Ariok. Do we have that many parts we could use for such a thing right now in the storage? Or is it really as low as we were before coming here for supposed Medicae supplies? Sticking his foot, hopefully, out of some gore he accidentally stepped in 5 seconds ago.
I do have my med pack, and, well, considering the amount of contaminates here, it might not be the best source of supplies
Indeed.
currently.
indeed, but we were told to make haste, so... And as our new colleagues have informed us, there seems to be something going on topside, so I suggest, now that our newest companion is on his feet, we should push on.
Also, we would want to note to you. Now, we all do have our skills. We were all brought here probably involuntarily, but whether voluntarily or involuntarily by the Inquisition, different things we are supposed to be able to contribute. If we can keep our composure and try to coordinate, we should be fine, depending upon matters of luck and whatever else. So again, depending on how long we have you round, newbies, looks quickly at, again, the other two, Morrigan and Ariok, then looks back at them, especially the Corporal and Center. Welcome to our warband. And then you see this, for the most part, very flesh, not metal, mostly whole-looking man, slightly lift up one side of his trench coat, and you see that there's one specific part of him that is blatantly a bionic metal replacement, and it's his left leg. Same as the leg that you saw Ariok have that was bionic as well. But as a warning, if ever unlucky, don't get too attached to your left leg. Drops it and then goes...
He has a limb loss rate of 55% the normal average in inquisitorial cell.
Goes immediately back to being composed, turns around 180, and says, what do you think should be our first move? Straight to Morrigan.
Both of my legs are already augmetic. I appear to be ahead of the curve.
Very good.
It would be interesting to consider how we should add that into the. Should you count towards the statistics, or should you be excluded because you had lost them before actually joining us? It's an interesting question, and Ariok starts talking about statistics in the background.
Fucking love this guy.
As a warning again, Ariok holds a lot of the spare parts, including, sadly, for all of us humans, more organic or not, and he will inform you that apparently we don't really have any right legs. Just to keep in mind. Then turns right back around. So, with the person navigation...
Who has the best eyesight out of you? The Skitari, the Corporal?
Well, his is mechanical, so it's unfair, but mine's is good enough. I've been trained to spot many targets, shoot from afar. My eyes are alright.
So you're okay.
Not as good as maybe his, bionicle ones.
This unit is aided by both what the fuck is it called? Prey sense, in addition to an internal aspect system.
Excellent. Okay, you're taking point, Corporal. If you would take second lead.
Compliance.
Then if we have Neil at the back and the two Psychers and Etriok in the middle, turn to Castus. Are you any good with those swords?
Yes. Well, I don't want to blow my own trumpet, but it's my strength, to be honest.
Okay, you can take a second to the rear to support Neil if required, but feel free to go where you're needed. Says
Neil pulls out his single sword and just his last pistol, and then shakes one of his pockets so there's some grenades noted. He goes, "This is pretty much all I've got right now."
Says Etriok, try to keep everyone else alive, and I will use my powers if and when I can. Everyone in agreement?
Would you like an auto gun?
No.
She tends to
crude
people
and undignified.
Delta, that skull's back.
Suddenly,
Oh, what
a
the
silver
flying...
skull hovers above you in the ceiling. The same as before.
Last I checked, Morrigan, I know yours is a bird, so...
That skull led us to the tech priest that opened fire on us. I would not trust it.
And
Destroy
the
it.
bots that you didn't have a pleasant encounter with.
Ariok looks at the skull, tries to identify if she can see any sort of identifying markers of its forged world of origin or anything like that.
From this distance.
I cannot see what mark or forged world it could be from.
Neil says in all sincerity...
higher up into the gases, hidden, obscured by the orange cloud.
Neil says, in all sincerity, I do love asking questions first and trying to make certain they're the right questions. Yet, if it wasn't for the gas here... He starts pointing the lad's pistol at wherever he last saw the damn servo skull. I know it's clearly not ours.
If you will give me a moment, Ariok puts his hand onto his throat, and then he begins speaking Technolingua, using his hand to sort of vibrate his throat to do the correct sounds. Silver Skull, identify yourself.
Fantastic. The you can do a
Technolingua?
You can do a lore tech test, common lore tech, with a -10.
Unfortunately, 3 degrees of failure.
The servo skull keeps hovering in the ceiling.
Do you want me to shoot it?
Go ahead.
Shooting into the gas we have not identified at this point might not be the most wise thing to do.
Okay.
It appears to be a similar service skull that led us to those combat servitors. Perhaps it is trying to find someone. Those servitors asked us if we were for assistance in fixing the machine spirits. Perhaps it is trying to guide people in order to repair the facilities.
In that case, it would be in the service of most likely our target or his associates. We
Any
should
results?
perhaps
Should
get a move
we?
on from
Yeah,
here.
should we hurry up? Yes. Try and put some pace between us and it. Seems to be following us.
You run out of the room. The servo skull attempts to follow you. Are you driving the bike, I assume? Yeah.
Ariok stops to close the door behind us.
I mean, it's my bike, but everyone's kind of putting off. So I'll put the engine's off.
Quick question. If he's got the bike on, and he's, I believe, monitoring the front, do we want that so he's having to deliberately go slower for the rest of us? Or do we want to try and reorder where the bike's going to be? I don't know. Sorry, go ahead. I was going to ask that in character. I muddled up. My
I
bad.
can go to the front if you want. I'm also a marksman. I have no fear of being at the back, and I can easily shoot a target mingled in issues. I'm trained to be accurate.
You do seem to be a guardsman. I trust you. In those respects, hopefully. I'm just wondering if we need to make use of that speed, how we're going to keep most of everybody proximal, really. But yes, hopefully we'll be able to improvise something.
If I go fast, Delta was able to catch up to me, but I do not know what veg you use.
The Skitari, though, can probably mind its cholesterol while pumping up that heartbeat, so we'll have to be careful about our end. Hopefully it'll be fine. I'm just trying to contemplate some sort of plan in that case, maybe. But yes, you had to run before, so with our larger group, I want to make certain we have an idea what we'll do then. As we're walking, I just mentioned this.
As you walk through the corridors closer to the central hub of the base, it's circular. You have a rough blueprint of the underground base, at least what they could spot from the surface. It is built in the shape of what looks almost like a giant missile, like silo or whatever. It's circular and it extends further and further to the sides the deeper you go. And you see that you're getting close to the central chamber, this most hollow point of the base, which almost can't be excavated. It has to be natural in nature. It would be almost impossible to excavate something of this size. It is many, many kilometers wide. A lot wider, like infinitely deep, long in every direction, like a huge cavern that stretches down, down, down. And you're approaching that point now. The wall in front of you contains several doors with secure keypads. The doors are blast doors, completely sealed.
Okay, have you got some way of opening this door, or have you been the ones to blast open the ones you've came past?
No, in all fairness, most of the doors have been lying open.
Oh, I assumed
There seems to be
the
some sort
doors
of
that were.
internal conflict or outside force that have sort of swept through the area.
Okay, I assumed it was used that blew open the many doors we've came across. Does any of you have a way to unlock this?
We did blow open the first one with an orbital strike, but which may have kicked it all off.
This unit has a las cutter on them.
There's an adjacent room at the end of the hall, and in Eric, you can infer that it is the data loom. It looks to be the central hub, data loom of whatever you're in right now. That door is also locked.
Let's see if we cannot crack this thing open.
If it is an electronic lock, I am not as
There's
great. If it's a
There's an
mechanical lock,
electronic panel on the wall. There's like circuitry. There's a metal door completely locked. Just a blast door. No hinges, no nothing.
Ariok moves forward and pulls a cord from the back of his head, his interface port, and he tries to find somewhere to plug it in.
You can do a security test at -20, and you get a +10 if you have Forbidden Lore or Chaotic.
Would one of us count as assisting him?
Yes.
And I will throw in myself as a bonus for his roll, hopefully.
I do not unfortunately have Archaeotech. It's one of his few blind spots, but...
Yes. So it'll be a -10.
I have a multi-key if anyone has any use for that.
Ooh, so close. Want to
Did
be a
you add the
failure.
bonus?
I did.
Okay,
Oh wait, I'm gonna
well,
double check something. I might actually have a tool for this. Or, sorry, my interface port might help me here.
I was about to say maybe I should have done the roll. I actually have pretty good security, but the moment that I
It
was looking at my
doesn't.
certainty.
It doesn't apply to security rules, unfortunately, so it is a degree of failure.
You're allowed red light.
That's not good.
Is
I'm
there
assuming that is now mag locked.
an opportunity for another try? Or does it seem
Yeah,
we're locked out?
If anyone's going to now try and do it now, because everything's flashing red, and I don't like that.
Well, let's see if we're lucky or not. Looked it. Let's see.
I'll turn around and keep an eye on the corridor we've came from. Just see if
Just
anything comes
barely.
at us.
The door still makes the same sound. There's a red light that turned on the first time you tried.
Oh, shoot. Probably bad timing, or I fear looking around. Maybe bad else as well.
Should you try and double back and find another way? Or do any of you have a way to...
There are two doors, one to the central chamber, one to the data loom. I assume you were trying the data loom.
That is affirmative. I believe perhaps the data we could find in here is immense. You mentioned that you had a last cutter, Delta E70 Alpha?
It's a mag lock blast door. It's not going to cut through that.
A last pistol, but I don't think it's going to do the job here.
Your training would tell you that absolutely not. It would not make it that.
I don't think I have it. I have a multi-key, I have a frag grenade, but it is nowhere near enough explosive to get through a door.
I could try molten beam, but even with that, would be here for the rest of the day. No, it's done. We blew our chance.
Is there any other route?
There is a route to the central chamber. Same keypad, same type of keypad.
In that case, Niala, you might be more experienced with security. I shall assist you instead. Master Nial?
Yes. Sorry, I was looking briefly at that, looking at the different routes he pointed to, and then also at the door. Understandable measure. I'll be right with you.
Ariox moves to the lock, ready to assist Nial.
see. What exact role?
Take your time and don't mess up.
Should be fine. At the moment.
And with that, Morgan's going to put on her chameleon cloak and go back to the corporal. Says, and sort of blend into the shadows as much as possible.
Okay, I'll do the same. As he pulls his cloak aside, he'll just go over to a corner, crouch, and pull out the rifle and just keep an eye on the corridor of game. Anything he sees that isn't one of us, I'm just getting ready to fire at it.
I assume you're always watching your rear as a progressive.
Always, I'm paranoid as fuck, man.
And while they're getting ready, she's gonna just slowly whisper, "So, what regiment?"
I got passed around a lot. At some point I was recon scout. Sometime they made me drive a noble around. Great. But you know, odd happenstances of coincidence led me to the Inquisition, and seeing me and seeing some skill take me on.
Okay. Worst engagement.
I got sent to the tail end. They were clearing up a Tyranid planet before they decided it was a lost cause. I saw a man that served with for some time, young, jokey. One swipe and he was gone from my side. That was a bit nerve-wracking. That was one of my first deployments, but you know, you get used to it after a while.
My last before joining the Inquisition was also Tyranids. Not the most pleasant experience.
They're everywhere, but lucky for me, I was put on marksman and sniper duty, so luckily I was never on the front lines, but you know, I got sneaked on sometimes. But I learned not to be hidden.
Did get my first kill with a las rifle. Because, well, turns out Psychers aren't much use on the front lines against Tyranids. Apparently we have a tendency to go peculiar.
So,
Neil, how are we getting on? A little bit too quiet
I'm
here.
gonna say the door opens up with a hiss. Through the door, you will see a huge open cavern. Installations have been built around it, like a mezzanine, on all sides of this cavern. There are almost look like these VIP lounges on a football stadium, built in with glass, sealed inside of glass, built into the wall. Huge bridges stretching across this cavern, hundreds of meters across, hundreds of meters. There's a metal grit platform just outside. As you step out, you'll see several forges below. These forges are operating. You can see fumes, molten metal below. It almost looks like you're in the lava. It's shimmering in this golden light. Beams up from below. You see huge pools of lava and these molten factories below. The factories are operating. And directly across from the cavern, several hundred meters away, you see a huge cargo lift encased in armored glass. There is a group of people inside of this. There are also people walking all over down the ground level. There are people in these mezzanines, these booths are around the cavern and inside of the factories. Patrols on the walls, on the balconies, on the ceiling. Lots of little forts sticking up from these volcanic islands, almost sticking out from below. Bridges stretching from each of the fortresses like a labyrinth. The people standing on this cargo elevator. You can barely see who it is, but they seem to be calling the shots. Do any of you have magnoculars?
I do. And I also have my
yes.
scope of my rifle that can see just as far, so if anyone have any binoculars, I will grant them mine, and I will use the scope from my rifle.
You would almost certainly at this point have seen across the bridge on this platform Elias de Rees, the counselor that you've come to collect. He is standing on the platform and he is occasionally talking to the people next to him. There is a ship on the ground level being prepared. In fact, there are several ships. There must be a hidden exit somewhere. And, or not apparently obvious to you at least. The base below you contains hundreds and hundreds of troops. The ground level is perhaps 200 meters down, and the cargo elevator with Elias is about maybe 300 meters away.
Target clear in sight finally, yet very well surrounded.
I have sights on the
Ariel,
cover.
grabs the magnoculars and tries to see if he can spot an intercept course or a way to cut off Elias from the ships.
There are bridges leading all the way over to the ship. There's also a path along the wall on the right-hand side, which leads directly, like maybe 25 meters away from the ship's platform, but still way above it. But you would be closer, at least in air distance.
I could take a shot from here if you want, but it seems like if I don't take them down, they'll be alerted immediately.
Requires something in his occupation. How much have you been briefed on the current situation?
I got a data pad with some information. I got the targets. They were accused of some heretical actions.
There's a bit more.
I got a name, I got a face.
What we require truly is both his
more,
person and Ariok shows you a data slate where a image captured picture from his eyes shows a golden artifact of sorts and a golden relic.
Oh, do we need to retrieve that? Okay.
Getting this is the highest priority, and capturing Elias is a secondary priority.
Oh, do we want to
Maybe his
capture
elimination.
neutralize?
Yeah, it would be preferable to capture him rather than eliminate him, because we might be able to extract more information from him should he survive our encounter and be in our custody.
Understood.
We need
I'm mostly of a neutralization and mostly of a long shoot and neutralize, but I'll try my best.
Hopefully right now, what we need to find out and or decide is with the position we're in, what we can work with to get to that artifact wherever it's most probable to be, and or to him, right now, as we speak, whether or not our method is worth, whether or not the timing is worth or not worth the exposure. Are we fine with trying to leap in now?
The target is there. Is there another target that we
Or
go
do we
for?
have a way to do this more subtly?
I could cause a. We could try and cause a distraction somewhere. Maybe draw his protector
If we
away
could
from him.
identify his vessel, we could infiltrate it before he reaches it, and when he enters, we'll simply overpower him and take him along with the ship.
Do any of you know how to fly a flying vessel?
Well,
I know how
you.
to operate surface vessels, but I am not familiar with how to operate an Ornetica or Voidship class vessel.
We heard one of you had a nice experience trying to help your fellows come in.
I'm in the same boat. Most of my experiences with surface vehicles in that area. We had a pilot. I believe he died in the crash. It took us a while to acquire him.
Ah, so we thought there was one extra member than there turned out to be. That's fine. We'll have to work out something, though. If we're seen, we're seen. Then it's a matter of trying to make certain what we do is an appropriate response to that circumstance. But if we can accomplish what we need to, or get closer to it, without having to immediately resort to that, then that's what we should probably try to handle first. With the shot you can make right now, is there anything around the environment you believe would be unsuspecting enough and get anyone's attention that you could hit?
Let me have a look. I'll take my
Huge
rifle out and I'll
cranes.
just hope to.
At this moment, huge cranes begin to move what looks almost like large missiles containing something on the largest ship. The largest ship is... It's big enough to contain several large vehicles and a lot of goods. There are men on the ground currently walking back and forth, working. There's someone also quickly pointing left and right as the men walk side to side. There is a manned turret on one of the roofs, and patrols are walking on these elevated metal grid platforms along the walls and on the ceilings of the various forts along the way on top of the manufactory.
Ariok is trying to see if he can determine if those missiles are something like gas missiles.
No, you can easily see that, and you can do a tactical imperialis test. I'll give you a +10.
One additional degree.
Fantastic. These are not weapons of any kind. These are large silos. They are used to seal either fragile or dangerous material.
I have a fear those things might contain the mutagen.
Right. Just cheery.
Which
Looks
also
that-
means if we could breach one of them while it's passing by the soldiers, it could spread very quickly, giving us a very big distraction and perhaps opening.
Though something we need to be careful about, Lord forbid, ever horrifically in this proximity, and in this while very large, still closed space, having
The
any
men
of us
loading these crates are dressed in heavy hazmat suits, white, fully covered hazmat suits, and they're moving slowly.
They appear to be already geared and with hazmat gear, so I don't know if shooting
Ariok's
that
eyes
it's
goes
quite a
to
distraction, but it wouldn't fully
gathered.
take them over.
Ariok's eyes goes to the gathered soldiery that is also in that area. Are they also as heavily
No.
hazmated?
Absolutely not. Only the ones touching it.
It is not the handlers it is the soldiery.
Soldiers are not wearing any rebreathers, nothing.
If we manage to infect them, they will turn against everything nearby. These mutagenic monsters, they do not care for allies.
Would they prevent the counselor from getting to his ship, do you think?
I believe he would have to find another way, considering the dangers of those things.
The silos are being organized on the landing platform itself. And that landing platform is the tallest one. The other ones are kind of positioned lower on this huge platform, stretching up.
Okay, I say let's puncture it. Let's take the landing platform out of the equation.
First, though, before we end up doing this, we should try to make certain we know exactly how and where each of us are going to get wherever we're going to be, to evade any exposure ourselves, and to discuss any options that might go along with this plan. Do we have any actual information right now we can reference on the artifact? It is supposed to be the primary objective.
We know that they are in the possession of the councillors. Some of them keep them on the passes, some of them keep them outside of the passes. We know their approximately look and size, and every basically forms up how big they are.
Do we know whether or not its location should be somewhere here, where we are now, or if it could be anywhere else afterward?
We do not know its precise location.
We could get the secondary objective. We could get the counselor. He might have more information. But I want to make certain that we're lining this up so we don't accidentally cancel anything else out if we can help it.
Is it possible he has more than a person?
As I said, we are not aware of where they are keeping them. I do know that one of the counselors kept it on his person, while another one kept it in a secure lock. And a secure lock and key.
That at least lets us know a bit. Do you think it would be more probable for this to be probably within some other estate then, probably? I know we don't have much info, I'm just trying to figure.
I do believe they wish to keep them close because it's what allows them access to communications and access to information of their greater conspiracy.
Huge explosion goes off. The cavern shakes visibly. You see rocks falling down due to the bright white background that this light from below casts. You can see the dust very, very clearly contrasted against the brightness in the room. Several large rocks fall down, causing chaos among the men below. Some of them react. They begin walking. Some of them look up in fear and begin running to the platforms. A couple of menials begin crossing a bridge. They look scared, holding something. As they reach the other end, you see what looks like a man wearing flak armor pull out a gun. He seems to be arguing with them. As he tries to grab the guard and move past him, the guard will fire a shot. And you hear this shot all the way up where you're standing. Yeah. Menial falls dead.
Seems someone else just made a scene for us.
Can I look through my scope and see what you said? There was a group running holding something and they were shot. I want to see what they were holding in case someone was trying another ploy to steal an artifact off.
Yeah, you aim your scope down, leaning over the metal railing as you look down at the man. He was carrying his personal belongings. Among them was a little figure he had built out of metal. It was a kind of a stick man with a square face with 2 buttons for eyes and a smile. He fell on his back and is laying in an awkward position, his leg sort of broken up behind his back. The guard holsters his gun and just walks away.
I just have personal possessions.
Gentlemen, it makes no difference where this thing is. If it's on his person or not, we still need to get a hold of him. If we can't get a hold of him, then we call down a strike and destroy the entire goddamn the entire moon. As most of you know, we only need 3. We have 2. There's another one out there. We destroy this moon, perfectly take us down with it, and it's up to someone else. but
going while you're
those
talking.
containers do not leave this. Do not leave this area.
Time is going as you're talking, so at this moment you will see them begin to move the crates up. 2 of the ships have their engines turned on.
My
And
recommendation is that we immediately fire and release the
Barnabas, take
virus.
the shot.
As you begin to engage, I think we can put a bookmark in it before we move to a battle map, because it might take a long time. So we can pause there.
He grabs and shakes some stun grenades. Not the most preferable
We,
situation, but I suppose
will
that's the
continue
situation.
next
Shoulder